Most people think they have a money problem. They don't. They have a buffet problem. Look at how most people handle money. A budgeting app this week. A random investment next week. A finance tip from social media the week after. Just like a chaotic buffet plate, a little of everything. And the result? The month ends. The money disappears. And somehow it still feels like nothing changed. Not because you're bad with money, but because scattered habits quietly cancel each other out. But here's what almost nobody realizes. One simple rule can stop the money leak almost immediately. It's called the buffet approach. And once you see how it works, you'll never look at spending, saving, or investing the same way again. But the first rule? Almost everyone breaks it every single day, without noticing. Everyone loves the idea of fixing their entire financial life in one intense weekend. New budget, new investments, new systems, boom, total transformation. But real financial psychology doesn't work like that. In personal finance, the people who actually win focus on one simple move at a time. One habit, repeated consistently, beats 10 habits that disappear after 3 days. Think about how training montages work in movies like Rocky. Rocky didn't become strong overnight. First he ran a little farther, then punched a little harder, then added one more round. Your money habits follow the same pattern. Start small. One powerful habit this week could simply be tracking every dollar you spend. That sounds almost too simple, right? But here's the twist most people miss. Studies in financial education show that people who track spending increase their savings rate by 15 to 20% within the first 3 months. Grab an app like Mint or an app and log every purchase. Coffee, subscriptions, takeout, everything. At first it feels annoying, almost pointless. But then something strange happens. Awareness starts changing behavior automatically. Suddenly you notice patterns, emotional spending, tiny leaks in your personal finance system. And that realization leads directly to the next move, because once someone truly sees where money goes, a deeper question starts forming. And that question unlocks the next step. Most people think their money disappears because life is expensive. Rent, groceries, gas, yeah, that stuff adds up. But when someone actually studies their personal finance behavior, something surprising shows up. The real problem usually isn't income. It's unconscious money habits quietly running in the background. A simple exercise reveals this fast. Write down the last 10 things purchased this week. Not just the big stuff, but everything. That random $8 coffee, the late-night food delivery, the streaming subscription barely used. This is where financial psychology kicks in. Every purchase has a story behind it. Think about a moment in the office when Michael Scott impulsively buys things just because they feel good in the moment. Funny on TV, expensive in real life. A lot of spending works the same way. Boredom, stress, convenience, social pressure. When someone starts asking why did I buy this, their entire money mindset begins to shift. And here's the powerful part. Once a person understands their spending triggers, controlling money suddenly becomes possible. That's when real finance tips start working, because awareness creates leverage. But understanding spending is only the beginning, because the next step shows why tiny daily moves can quietly outperform massive financial overhauls. Big financial transformations look exciting on paper. People promise themselves they'll save half their income, cut every luxury, and suddenly master personal finance overnight. But extreme plans usually collapse in 2 weeks. Financial psychology shows something surprising. The smallest consistent habits often beat dramatic financial resets. Think about the slow discipline you see in The Karate Kid. Wax on, wax off. At first it looks pointless. But those tiny daily movements secretly build real skill. Money habits work exactly the same way. Cutting one unnecessary expense today might feel small, but repeated daily, it quietly rewires how someone handles money. Here's a practical example anyone can apply immediately. Save just $5 a day. That's $150 a month and $1,825 a year without changing your lifestyle dramatically. Put that into simple investments like Vanguard S&P 500 ETF or Apple and let time do the heavy lifting. Consistency builds wealth while intensity burns people out. Over time, something powerful happens. Discipline becomes automatic. What once felt like sacrifice becomes identity. That's when someone realizes financial education isn't about huge moves, it's about predictable routines. And that realization leads to the next shift, because the people who truly win with money build a system that runs almost on autopilot. Here's something that surprises people when they study wealthy individuals. Their money routines are unbelievably boring. No constant excitement, no dramatic moves, just steady repetition. That's a core principle in financial psychology. Wealth often grows through simple habits repeated for years, not through adrenaline-filled decisions. Take the mindset of Warren Buffett. His strategy wasn't flashy trading every day. It was patience, consistency, and discipline around personal finance decisions. In fact, many investors who follow boring systems outperform those chasing constant action. Stability beats excitement in the long run. One of the best finance tips is creating a weekly 20-minute money check-in. Same day, same time, every week. Sunday evening works great for many people. Open your banking app, review spending, track savings, and adjust your budget. Apps like Personal Capital or Rocket Money make this incredibly simple. At first, it feels almost too easy to matter. But routines compound the same way investments do. Week after week, the system starts catching problems early. Spending becomes intentional. Money stress begins shrinking. And once that routine exists, something important becomes clear. Protecting your money becomes just as important as growing it. Most people jump straight to asking how to make money. New side hustle, new investment, new opportunity. But smart personal finance starts somewhere less exciting. Protection. Because building wealth while money leaks out everywhere is like filling a bucket full of holes. Think about the strategy mindset in The Dark Knight. Batman doesn't rush into battle without armor and preparation. Defense comes first. Your money habits work the same way. Before chasing higher income, eliminate the silent enemies of wealth like impulse spending, late fees, and emotional purchases. A simple move can change everything. Turn on automatic payments for bills to eliminate late fees. Disable one-click buying on shopping apps. Create a 24-hour rule before making any non-essential purchase over $50. These small defense systems quietly protect hundreds or even thousands of dollars every year. Once those leaks stop, something powerful happens. Suddenly the money that used to disappear starts staying in your system. That's when growth actually becomes possible. And when someone protects their resources well enough, the next question naturally appears: what's the smartest way to grow what's already there? A lot of people think the secret to wealth is finding the perfect investment. The perfect stock, the perfect crypto, the perfect moment to jump in. But when you study financial psychology, something becomes obvious. The best investment most people can make early on isn't in the market, it's in their own knowledge. Look at the story behind Warren Buffett again. Before becoming one of the greatest investors in history, he spent years reading thousands of pages about personal finance, businesses, and money habits. That knowledge compounded long before his money did. A practical rule anyone can start today is the 10-page habit. Read 10 pages a day about financial education or personal growth. Books like The Psychology of Money or The Intelligent Investor are powerful starting points. 10 pages a day equals roughly 12 books a year. Something interesting happens when someone builds this habit. Their money mindset begins shifting quietly. They start spotting better opportunities, avoiding bad financial decisions, and thinking long-term. And when that mindset matures, an even deeper principle about money starts revealing itself, one that has been around for thousands of years. There's a powerful principle about money that existed long before modern finance tips or personal finance books. In Gospel of Luke 16 verse 10, the message is simple but profound: whoever is faithful with little will also be faithful with much. In other words, money habits reveal character long before wealth appears. This idea shows up in stories people already recognize. Think about the early seasons of The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian doesn't rely on flashy hero moments. He survives through discipline, preparation, and consistent decisions. That same steady approach is the backbone of strong financial psychology. When someone manages small amounts with care, powerful momentum begins building. Saving $100 a month might not feel impressive today. But over 10 years, with consistent investing and a reasonable return, that habit could grow into more than $20,000. The habit matters more than the starting number. And that's where the real shift happens. Personal finance stops feeling like chaos and starts feeling like control. Money mindset replaces money stress. But here's the fascinating part most people never hear. The entire strategy you just learned becomes even more powerful when you understand the hidden pattern behind it. Let's be honest for a second. A lot of people watching this feel like they've tried everything when it comes to personal finance. Budget apps, random finance tips, maybe even a few attempts at investing. Yet the stress around money keeps creeping back in. But now you've seen something most people never learn. Real wealth starts with simple money habits, repeated consistently, guided by a strong money mindset and solid financial education. If this perspective opened your eyes even a little, do yourself a favor right now. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next breakdown on financial psychology, personal finance strategies, and real-world habits that help you understand how to make money and keep it. Subscribe now so you don't miss finance tips that can truly transform your relationship with money. Now here's the real question. Which habit from today are you actually going to start this week? Is it tracking every dollar, cutting one unnecessary expense, or reading 10 pages a day to strengthen your financial education? Drop it in the comments. Making that decision publicly creates commitment, and commitment is where real change begins. And if you're serious about going deeper, there's a resource that walks step by step through the exact systems behind building powerful money habits, creating passive income streams, eliminating debt strategically, and maintaining mental clarity under financial pressure. It's called Holistic Health. Nourish your mind, balance your finances, transform your life. Click the link in the pinned comment and start applying the full framework today. Check out the material in the pinned comment and take the next step toward mastering your personal finance and money mindset.